Okay, so today we're going to be looking at dimensional analysis. So we're going to start off with a practice problem. So if a car travels 400 yards in 1 minute, how many miles per hour is it traveling? So we're going to start off by listing the things that we know. So we know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. We also know that there's 5,280 feet in a mile. We also know that there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. And lastly, we know that the car travels 400 yards per 1 minute. So what we need to find out is how many miles per hour this car travels. So to do this, we need to set up a conversion. So we are going to start with something we know. And we know that the car travels 400 yards in 1 minute. So that is our starting point. Now, what we need to do is we need to convert yards into feet so that we can later convert feet into miles. So to do this, we are going to multiply by a conversion factor, converting feet to yards. So if we know 3 feet equals 1 yard, that's our conversion factor. And when we put this in fraction form, we are going to set it up so our units cancel. So we are going to put 3 feet over 1 yard. Now we need another conversion factor. So we are going to look at how many feet are in a mile. And again, we know that 5,280 feet is in 1 mile, and we need to set this up in a way that our units cancel. So again, we're multiplying our conversion factor, and we are going to put 1 mile over 5,280 feet. Now, lastly, we need to go from minutes to hours. So we know that our conversion factor is there are 60 minutes for every hour. So again, we are multiplying, and when we set up our conversion factor, we are setting it up so our units cancel. So we are going to put 60 minutes over 1 hour. So now our next step is to multiply straight across. So we are going to multiply 400 times 3 times 1 times 60 equals 72,000. And now we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. 1 times 5,280 times 1 equals 5,280. So now our next step is we are going to cancel our units. So every time we see a unit in both the denominator and the numerator, we are going to cancel it. So we are going to start with yards, and then feet, and then lastly minutes. And that leaves us with miles and hours. So these are our units that we fill in our answer. Now, our last step to this problem is to reduce our fraction. So we now know that the car would travel 72,000 miles in 5,280 hours. So what we can do is we can divide 72,000 by 5,280 to get a total of 13.6 miles per 1 hour. And that's our final answer.